Hi, I am Savannah, HANEY, and in this presentation I will discuss my development concept this far, the supporting analysis, work program, and why I chose the MLPD teammate that I did for Century Square Phase 2. A little about me: I'm obviously in the MLPD program. Some of my strengths are to meet deadlines, make sure each piece of the project is covered, and I can see the big picture with a realistic view. There are other strengths that I'm sure you'll see throughout the presentation and as the project is started, along with weaknesses. I chose Caitlin Marcis to be my partner because some of her strengths are communication, artistic ability, creativity, and organized. Some of these are the same as mine, as it would not make for a good partnership if they weren't. However, most of her strengths are my weaknesses. The concept is still broad for now until I get more input from team members. As I'm sure y'all know, the building has to be iconic and say Aggieland, which makes me think of how our traditions are represented as icons and what it is that makes people feel like they are in Aggieland. This building has to fit in with the rest of Century Square. Century Square has fit into Aggieland with the names of some of their buildings. For example, they have Cavalry Court, which is shown here, and the George. So the name of the building, the interior, and how inviting it is will be what makes it iconic. While doing this project, the financials will be something to keep in mind. The building should not be the cheapest materials to fill a box and just get it up. But it should not be over the top unreasonable to the point we lose money on the building. Financials will be something me and my partner figure out as the project progresses. Another thing to keep in mind is the tenants that will be in the building. Although we have A&M administration moving into the Class A office space, we will have spaces that need to be filled by other tenants who have different needs than A&M does. The building will be mixed used as there is not a big need for Class A office space. Some examples of tenants besides A&M would be a restaurant, cafe, or retail. The thing to keep in mind is how one tenant's business might interact with the surrounding ones, and the building must accommodate for the different possible uses. The interior will not only host tenants, but people who visit these tenants, so the flow must work well for the purpose of the tenants and their clients. Also, the finishes must speak true to Aggieland and the tenant while still looking like one cohesive building. The building should include environmentally sustainable systems where it makes financial sense. It is possible to include sustainable measures that will lessen the profit made. However, we want to include sustainable systems that will enhance the building and its profits. The building should be sustainable, appeal to all five senses, and as I said before, it should be economically feasible. It should also fit social needs such as disabilities and the culture of Century Square, A&M, and its tenants, otherwise known as the quadruple net value. This project in the end will work because all the pieces will fit together. The market study shows us what is needed in the market. The financials will be considered along the way. The location is close enough to Central Campus that people won't feel like it's out of their way. Other reasons this project will work are we already have A&M as a tenant, and the other tenants chosen to also come in be ones to bring value to the building. They will be businesses that people outside of College Station would be willing to drive to. Now that I have talked about the building, my design concept for the building, and given you some background, I want to tell you what I expect from the team. Everyone should participate, give ideas, be prepared for scheduled meetings, be on time for meetings, be open to new ideas, communicate well with each member, and give 100% effort to this project. Caitlin and I will be working with each other to ensure the financials, final design concept, and the other parts of the development side are done well and in a timely manner. The architecture students should also be working together to make sure their side of the work is done well and shared as evenly as possible. From time to time, there will be questions asked of the architect students to better understand their work and ensure it is meeting our requirements. We may also ask for input on certain issues pertaining to their field of knowledge. There will be questions along the way we expect the architect students to answer. To summarize the building, it should be environmentally sustainable when possible, the economics must work, the building must be appealing to the tenants and their clients, the building must have a cohesive feel while still meeting everyone's needs, and the building must be iconic to Aggieland while still fitting with Century Square. To summarize the team expectations, everyone should be participating and sharing the work as equally as possible. There should be communication between all team members. Everyone should stick to the schedule. Caitlin and myself will ensure the development side is done well and ensure the architecture side meets our requirements. What I have presented here is a very broad overview of the design concept, the analysis, the work program, myself, and why I chose my partner. As I work with my team, more details will be given and the project will be refined. I hope this presentation gave you a better idea of who I am and my thoughts and expectations of this project. I look forward to getting started on this project with a great team. Just in case you forgot in the last 6.5-ish minutes, my name is Savannah HANEY and my partner is Caitlin Marcis.